That contains many hours of gameplay, but this walkthrough will focus on just a handful of segments in order to demonstrate the multitude of new features in Metro Exodus. Having been briefed by the Spartan Order's commander, Miller, to explore the area, players will quickly find themselves thrust into a dangerous and hostile world. Or if subtlety isn't your style, you can adopt a take-no-prisoners approach. Regardless of ethics and playstyle, however, there will always be a need to infiltrate areas with a level of discretion. Stealth, therefore, plays a significant role in Metro Exodus. With the ability to modify weapons in the field, players can customize their setup depending on the situation at hand. The flexible Kalash can quickly transform from long-range to close-quarters configuration, and with the right upgrades, the basic 3-shot revolver can be turned into a silenced, 6-chambered, and deadly accurate handgun. Crouching and sticking to the shadows will reduce your chances of being discovered by enemies. The blue stealth indicator on your wrist will glow when you're at risk of being seen. Interacting with the environment around you is also key. Extinguishing torches and creating a distraction by throwing tin cans to confuse enemies as to your whereabouts, allowing you to get close and execute a silent kill.
That could lead you to victory down the road. Back within the safety of Fort Tarsus is where my story begins. This is your chance to develop a richly personal narrative where your choices have consequences. In this bustling trader town, you'll develop bonds with your pit crew who can help you prepare for future battles. They're the people in the world who have your back. And as your relationships develop, you'll learn about their pasts and the future they hope to see. Fort Tarsus is ripe for exploration as well. You may even encounter shadowy figures with questionable character. It all depends on the decisions you make. This is real-time storytelling, a reinvention of personal narrative in a multiplayer game. As a freelancer, you are the bridge between the heroic adventures discovered in our world and the personal journey that unravels in my story. And ultimately, the key to the fate of everyone.
Imagine.
I always
So
appreciate
none of that is necessary.
Yes.
You know, I've run into a lot of really hardcore fans, and I thought I knew a lot about what was going on in this. These guys, the fans for Ace Combat are hardcore, every little minute detail. So,
Right.
so anyway, it's set in the same world.
Okay.
I don't want to give away too much,
Of
but
course.
you're going to
No
see
spoilers.
some very familiar. I think in the last trailer we saw a little, big circular super.
Oh,
weapon
okay.
that
Gotcha.
Rhymes with clone Ren.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. That's too much. Too much.
And I think we have one of your colleagues backstage here playing the game on PS4.
Live
AK-18 Super Hornet, the F version of that.
Nice.
That's just one of the aircraft that we have. The demo that he's flying right now, he could have flown the F-14D Tomcat.
Oh my God! Look at what's happening
Yeah.
on the screen right now.
That's one of the super weapons that we have.
Yeah.
Ace Combat is known for that. Anyway, back to your question. You got a full arsenal. Everything from the Reagan era aircraft all the way through the what is it, 8th generation fighters that we have. I think it's the 8th generation, the F-22, F-35. And then even going one step beyond that, stuff that DARPA's working on.
It's not quite the level of PS4 or PS4 Pro just yet. A lot of the movements, characters jumping around, fully voiced stuff. It's a little bit more crude, but definitely classic. But some stuff is new, but some of the originals are there as well.
So a big change here is the fact that we're really playing the game. We're Leon Kennedy. And when I think of Leon Kennedy, I think of Resident Evil 2, but I also think of Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
And you guys have opted for more of a Resident Evil 4 approach to the controls. So
Yep.
tell me a little bit about that.
Definitely. So the over-the-shoulder thing, we know it's the original game with the fixed camera in the corner. That's very, again, near and dear to people's hearts. But with the over-the-shoulder camera, we're building a new game. This isn't a remake of the original. It is a full new game that we really want to push. And the idea of having over-the-shoulder, the pinpoint accuracy of really trying to take down zombies, it felt better for this experience. So that's where we went through. So.
But the big difference is it's less shooter elements compared to the Resident Evil 4. This is more, like a Metroidvania style, survival horror, classic gameplay. So we actually try to keep the original, gameplay feel from the original. So that's kind of what we were trying to do in this new Resident Evil 2 as well.
The lighting feels very similar too.
Yes.
Yep.
After this, you'll start seeing a significant change in the city, as access to the water supply has allowed the peacekeepers to bring stability and develop the area. There's even running water for the people at street level. And that raises their morale and allows you to replenish your energy on the go. But there's a cost to this. The PKs have a rigid approach to law and order. So while the streets may be safer, it's only safe for those who side with them. So if you get on their bad side. Now let's return to that moment of choice. And instead of killing them, you choose to team up with this group to supply water in the black market. As you will see, this creates a very different set of consequences for the city. With water being a precious currency, it brings you access to new resources and trade. But this in turn attracts the worst type of people to the area. And this is just a single decision, one out of hundreds.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Why are you so happy?
'Cause we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this world.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
You or Boozer have a run-in with RIP the last couple of days? Why? One of my men escaped a Ripper camp, got tortured, like they always do. But this time they kept asking me if you knew about it. 2 bikers, 2 men. The Ripper called them mongrels. If you ask me, you got a price on your head.
You know same as me. Anything that happens here is far better than what's going on out there.
Shit, get off!
What the hell?
Perfect. Just perfect.